just to practice their own religion today, if not struggle for physical safety, struggle to maintain their human dignity, and so much more. You can become a part of the revival in so many ways by offering your time, talent, or treasure. And you can even make a donation today through the YouTube super chat. And if you're already there, you can already a member, you can make a donation of any amount, even the donation of any amount on the YouTube channel. So now let us recap what we have understood so far in today's program. Many of us, no matter what field it might be in, academics, in our career, in education, in our relationships, whether it might be with our spouses or our families, or we are feeling extremely stuck and burdened in our economic career in so many different ways. We are just feeling stuck, unable to move, with unfinished tasks ahead of us and not being able to move them even one step. The global unemployment rate today is 6.4%, and it shows no signs of reversing or slowing down. In order to help each and every one of us become more economically stable and find job stability, we are also seeing the COVID-19 pandemic has decreased life expectancy by 2 years. It's extremely shocking, halting the plans of millions who want to start a new family, who are reconsidering now starting a new family. Do they want to bring new life into a world which is bereft of hope and not having so much of negativity in the world? And not only that, we're seeing so many youth who are facing a tremendous amount of impossibility, negativity when it comes to their future. While at one point the youth might have looked forward to a bright future ahead of them, today 34% of parents in studies reported behavioral problems in their children that they have attributed to the pandemic and virtual schooling. And 34% is not a joke. It is a huge amount, even if it is a small pool of people. It's a huge amount, a large proportion, large ratio of people who are still connecting their even problems with their child, whether it might be depression, anxiety, or it might be feeling tiredness, feeling boredom, feeling irrationality, whatever it is. The parents of children are seeing the pandemic as a problem, and that is directly affecting their children. So as you can see, whether it is our jobs, academic careers, our financial life, or our relationships and family, in every aspect, we are feeling stuck and not being able to move ahead. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has beautifully worked the last 27 years in order to bring solutions, to cater solutions, spiritual, viable, practical solutions for each and every one of us during this pralaya, during this intensely negative time. And when it comes to navagrahas and navagraha doshas, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, all doshas are nothing but the incompletions you carry if you find the root pattern from where the snake fear started in you, and you complete that root pattern, you will be free from nagadosha. All doshas are nothing but incompletions. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continues, completion releases you from all karmas, whether it is the Naga dosha, Shani dosha, Rahu dosha, or any astrological doshas, Vastu dosha. You will be relieved from all doshas just by completion, just through completion. So sit and practice completion. And above every other solution, even doing the samskara dahana kriya, doing completion, is just the simple grace of the Guru, the easiest and fastest path to complete completion in order to transcend all negativity, feeling stuck, and all kinds of doshas, is the grace of the Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who has come down incarnated as the avatar, is blessing, attending, guiding, and ultimately taking care of each and every one of us. There's a verse from the Guru Gita which tells the fate of unfinished tasks. Here it says, Asiddham sadhayet karyam navagraha bhayapaham Dusvapnanashanam chaiva shushapna faladayakam. Repeating the Guru Gita aligns one's life with the Guru. It brings good dreams to fruition and curtails bad dreams. Fear of the astrological influence of the 9 planets is diminished, and unfinished tasks become easy to complete. It here, Paramashiva himself, who has extolled 300 verses on the greatness of Guru, is reminding us, telling us of the fact that the fear of astrological influence, all the grahas and their doshas, is diminished just with repeating the Guru Gita and aligning one's life to the Guru. And finishing the unfinished tasks becomes easy to complete. It becomes a effortless job. With this answer given straight to us, over the course of the next few hours, you can ultimately transcend the overwhelming toxicity created by this raging pralaya through the Parashakti Akashak reading program. Just as Parashakti Devi has guided us with the Navagraha Suktam, with the meditation of the Navagrahas, let us understand in the course of the next few hours on how Navagrahas can liberate us and can bring about grace and blessings in our lives and auspiciousness, peace, whatever we are looking for. Before entering into the revelations given by the Devi Parashakti, let us first be introduced to the very cosmic being who has landed on planet Earth and given us a opportunity to see and hear her revelations and be able to be guided at this time. Yes, so the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva and has revived the science of power manifestation, which is what we have just seen in the demonstration of the Shaktis, and as well the temple-based lifestyle, and as well the science and lifestyle of humanity. So now, Devi Parashakti. Now, let us be introduced and understand who is Devi Parashakti and how her advent on planet Earth has come aligned is a manifestation of all the Navagrahas, how she can liberate us from all the Navagraha doshas, how she is the Navagraha Nayaki, the one who embodies and is the source of all Navagrahas. Devi is So here there is a verse from the Devi Suktam where she proudly, beautifully declares, I move with the Rudras and also with the Vasus. I wander with the Adityas, both Mitra and Varuna, and also Indra and Agni and the twins Ashwin. In this verse, it is beautifully explained to us, and Devi declares boldly how she is the source of all the Devas, all the embodiments of existence itself. Every being, every energy is source is from Devi Parashakti herself. excuse me. Yes, sorry, excuse me. In the next Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti, she beautifully explains, I uphold and cherish the Soma, the exuberant plant that is pressed out of the delight of the gods. I am the supporter of the divine sculptor and craftsman, Vastvar and Bhaga, and of Pushan too. I am the giver of fruits of the sacrifices, the grant of wealth of oblation, to the mindful institutor of sacrifice, and to the performer of the Soma sacrifice. And next, Devi Parashakti says, I am the ruling queen, the authority of the amasser of treasures, full of wisdom. First of those who are worthy of worship through yajna, fire and sacrifice, it is me, the Devas, who was installed in many places, in many directions, with many homes for me to enter and abide in. And she continues, it is by my power, through me alone, that one eats, sees, breathes, and hears the spoken word. He is not aware of me, yet he dwells in me alone. Listen with concentration, O those who can hear. For I tell you what is trustworthy. Hear one and all the truth as I declare it. Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes comes out and goes in. She is the source where the Big Bang and black hole goes on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, the source energy, the source power from which all of us came, in which all of us are even in now, and in which all of us are going to merge. Devi is described by Paramashiva in the Kamikagama and expanded by a great saint called Tirumular as Bhuvane Brahmanda Yoni. Bhuvane means goddess of the whole universe and is called Bhuvane Bhuvaneshwari, and her Brahmanda Yoni, the cosmic womb from which all of us come out, in which all of us will go back. So this represents the whole energy. All great things only start with the mother, and it is a energy of Adi Shakti. The technical term in Agama, he calls it as Brahmanda Yoni, which means cosmic womb. So as you can see, this tells us the very source of all existence, all universes, solar systems, galaxies, planets, the grahas, is Devi Parashakti. It is from her cosmic womb that everything came. And out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as an Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons and healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. In the words of Devi Parashakti herself, as she has revealed on the Navagrahas, she instructed, take the Atmalinga, keep in your Sahasrara Chakra and meditate on the Navagrahas who are on the manifestation of Navagrahas, of Paramashakti Parameshwari. Connect yourself with the Navagrahas now. All grievances will leave. The powers of the Navagrahas will get manifested. In the form of sound of this Navagraha Sutra, Annai Parameshwari Parashakti Paramashakti Navagraha Nayaki will be manifesting in all of you. For the great grace of Navagrahas to overflow in all of you, she will do good grace. I am bestowing with good grace, overflowing in Shivamaya Mother, Parashakti in the form of Navagrahas, overwhelming as great grace that does good to the world, doing good to the world, all of you, destroying all the bad. Mother, I am bestowing with a great grace, as Sarva Mangalamai, as Sarva Mangala Swarupini, clearing all the grahas, entering your being in the form of Navagraha Sutra, doing all goodness, freeing all you from Maya and Paralaya. I am giving goodness, I am bestowing with Jnana Shakti, Navagraha Suktam Avadaraya. And how can we receive Devi Parashakti in the best way and form? Literally, in that moment, you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti. She is there in your screen. So always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin in front of the screen and watch Devi. The coin is considered to be a traditional dakshina. And in the Hindu tradition, it can be the lowest value. In India, it can be even 1 paise. In the US, it can be even a cent. Of course, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is not trying to monetize. He says if you just keep 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have the darshan, it'll add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. Offer that to Devi after the darshan is over. Do the namaskar and eat the banana, betel leaf, and take the betel nut. Take the prasadam immediately. Collect those coins and sell it to send it to the LA temple. And this betel leaf, the betel nut, may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take Devi darshan for granted, and the rituals will break your unconscious, monotonous mentality and lifestyle. So as you can see here, we have a sample of the plate and how you can arrange it. And you can do it exactly like this in order to make a very simple but very powerful offering to Devi Parashakti at home. So now let us understand the juice of the content today, how Navagrahas can help us at this time especially. First, let us understand the world today, what's going on in the world and how people are feeling stuck. It is not just something that Devi Parashakti has revealed, but what each and every one of us are going through. So in the next segment today, we're going to be understanding first the world today, what's going on. We're going to be presenting the facts about how the world is intensely feeling that in that amount of being stuck in wherever they are, in whatever field they are in, or in whatever aspect of their life. Then we're going to be seeing exactly how meditation on the Navagrahas, how Navagrahas are a solution today. And finally, we'll be seeing exactly how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also gives us the solution for this negativity that we're facing during the pandemic. So yes, let's get started into the next segment. In the Guru Paduka Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya, the very first verse describes the Guru Paduka, the sacred feet of the Guru, in the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara or suffering. And in the verse that says, Ananta Samsara Samudradara Naukayitabhyam Sri Guru Bhakti Kabhyam Vairagya Samrajada Pujanabhyam Namo Namaha Sri Guru Padukabhyam. And this verse means, salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is a boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with the sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation. And just like this, many of us feel stuck in the same storming and raging ocean, being unable to navigate our lives, lost in the overwhelming vastness of suffering that is surrounding us during the pralaya. Our loved ones are dying. Our homes are being destroyed by natural disasters, and social institutions are crumbling around us. Many of us are feeling just the exact same sentiments that Sri Adi Shankaracharya put into words so many thousands of years ago. Somehow, even though it is past our age, it is something way beyond of an era, of a different era itself. Adi Shankaracharya is able to speak directly into our experience and share with us the fortune, the blessing of the feet and guidance of the Guru, holding on to the Guru in our lives. Just like that, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has manifested today to guide us through this pralaya and is entirely taking care of each and every one of us. Any of us who is declaring just to surrender at his feet, just to be a part of his mission and be his devotee. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism literally just takes care of every aspect out of his love and compassion, having taken the spiritual responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of the whole humanity. The Cosmic Mother is and guiding and healing the whole world as literally the boat that sails us through the pralaya. Devi Parashakti is herself manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each and every one of our prayers, granting boons, healing us, manifesting miracles, removing all of our pain and suffering. Devi has not just attended to each of us individually, but also humanity at large. And Devi Parashakti over the last couple of months has continuously made herself available and guided the whole humanity in the form of the revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars which have not yet surfaced to common knowledge. In this segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of each sacred revelation and guidance that has emerged from Devi Parashakti, especially on how people are feeling stuck across the globe in every walk of their life, and how meditating on the Navagrahas is a solution to getting out of feeling stuck in life. So yes, now let's begin. And first, let's understand the revelation of Devi Parashakti herself and understand what she had revealed in those very auspicious moments that she had literally birthed this solution for each and every one of us. So this revelation was from the 23rd of August, 2021. Yes. Devi Parashakti beautifully reveals in this how the Navagrahas are giving us a solution during this time of pralaya, during the pandemic. People are feeling stuck, whether in health or wealth, career, relationships, spirituality, power manifestation, wherever you are feeling stuck, it is because of the pralaya. The pralaya gives you a wrong sense of delusion, a wrong direction, makes you feel stuck. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has declared, has given the solution: meditate and connect and pray to the Navagrahas. You will be free from this suffering of feeling stuck and insecurity. Devi Parashakti revealed, meditate on the Navagrahas. They will remove your feeling stuck. Listen, feeling stuck in life is due to the pralaya. Everyone all over the world is feeling stuck in life. Meditate on the Navagrahas. Connect with the Navagrahas. Pray to the Navagrahas. You will be free from this suffering of feeling stuck and insecurity. Everyone connected to sitting with all of us, sitting with us all over the world. I am seeing continuously everywhere people are feeling stuck. This pralaya will make you feel your very room like a prison. The power of this pralaya will break your mind, crush your being to the extent that you will start feeling your very room like a prison. The only way to destroy this is connecting with the Navagrahas. Meditating on the Navagrahas and being connected to the Navagraha Nayaki, Parameshwari. Take the Atmalinga, keep it on your Sahasrara Chakra, and meditate on the Navagrahas, who are the manifestation of Parameshwari Paramashakti. Annai Parameshwari Parashakti Paramashakti Navagraha Nayaki will manifest in all of you for the great grace of the Navagrahas to overflow in you. She will do good grace. I am bestowing this with good grace, overflowing in Shevamaya. Mother Parashakti in the form of Navagrahas, overwhelming as a great grace that does good to the world, doing good to all of you, destroying all bad. Mother, I am bestowing that great grace. As Sarvamangala Mayi, Sarvamangala Swarupini, creating all the Grahadoshas and destroying all of it. Now let's look at a few evidences which proves that people are feeling stuck. In the next few minutes, we're just going to be going over the different statistical evidences on how people are feeling stuck in examples of increased divorce rate, decreased pregnancy, loss of jobs, suicidal rate increase, and being unable to buy homes with a very unstable economy. Here we have a example from BBC, one of a very, very well-known news base on why the pandemic is causing spikes in breakups and divorces. And it says here, divorce rates are increasing around the world, and relationship experts warn the pandemic-induced breakup curve may not have peaked yet. For other couples, the increase in mental health problems linked to the pandemic is directly affecting their relationships. Leading British law firms Stewart's logged a 122 increase in inquiries about the divorce between July and October, compared with the same period last year. And Sipke, another law firm, in search for online advice, records a 34% increase in sale of basic divorce agreements. For other couples, the increase in mental health problems linked to the pandemic is playing a role in breakups. But relationship experts believe that even strong couples who weren't facing problems before the pandemic and avoided major shifts in household health or dynamics may also be susceptible to breakups. This is because the pandemic has taken away well-established routines that offered comfort, stability, and rhythm. And this is what Ronan Stillman, a psychotherapist and spokesperson, has explained to us. Languishing is the latest COVID buzzword as people are feeling stuck in the waning days of the pandemic. Languishing is a void between depression and flourishing, and the absence of well-being. This is from psychologist Adam Grant, who wrote in the New York Times. This is an article from earlier this year in 2021 as well, where People magazine has elaborated on how the popular culture itself is becoming more and more attuned to negativity, to words like languishing. Languishing is the neglected middle child of mental health. This is from the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania professor, and he is also a TED Talk host. It's a void between depression and flourishing, the absence of well-being. And he explains, you don't have the symptoms of mental illness, but you're not the perfect picture of mental health either. And he goes on to explain in another paper from another psychologist, Keyes, saying that languishing is more prevalent than major depressive disorder, and those suffering from it are devoid of positive emotion towards life, and is not functioning well either psychologically or socially, and has not even been depressed during the past year. So even though many people may not experience symptoms of being depressed exactly, they are feeling extremely low, they're not feeling positive towards life, and this is what they call languishing. In the last 2 years, we've also seen how the fewest birth in past 35 years is 300,000 fewer babies in 2021. This is from a study in Brooklyn University think tank, and it says that despite spending more time at home due to the pandemic, the US is in the midst of a baby bust, not a baby boom. US births have been falling for nearly a decade, and 2019 had saw the fewest births in the last 35 years. But the final numbers for 2020 could slip even lower. An estimated 300,000 fewer babies are expected in 2021, according to a study in Brookings Institute think tank. It becomes as the pandemic has created a turbulent labor market. Devi Parashakti, in the Parashakti Akashak reading, keeps reminding human civilization that the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic is not just stopping with people losing their life and its irreversible effect on health, and also its effect on the livelihood of the people. This effect is felt in our economy, mental health of human beings, and social structure tumbling down. People are also feeling stuck in their job stability. Millions of people are losing jobs. There's a decline in the real estate market. 81 million people have lost jobs as the COVID-19 pandemic has created turmoil in the Asia Pacific labor market. And the US residential real estate market is suffering intensely. Here you can see an article from the International Labor Organization where it's saying how 81 million jobs have lost as the COVID-19 creates turmoil in Asia Pacific labor markets. And this is from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, where it's saying the impact of COVID-19 has affected the residential real estate. The COVID-19 pandemic significantly affected the US residential real estate market during the spring months because the health conserved stay-at-home orders and economic uncertainty. Many metro areas experienced a noticeable drop in home sales. And we're also seeing how COVID-19 pandemic exacerbates suicide risk factors. The emergency department visits for suspected suicide attempts among US girls aged 12 to 17 have increased during the COVID-19 pandemic. And you can see this shocking statistic is that from February to March of 2020, 51% increase was there. For these extremely shocking statistics and serious concerns in the state of society, Devi Parashakti has revealed a concrete spiritual solution, meditating on the Navagrahas. And meditating and praying have immense benefits, even according to Healthline. One is reducing stress, controlling anxiety, promoting emotional health, enhanced self-awareness, lengthening your attention span, reducing your age-related memory loss, generating kindness, helping fight addictions, improving sleep, controlling pain, and decreasing blood pressure. And also the fact that it's accessible anywhere, that you can do it anywhere you are. This is from a study from Cambridge University, which reiterates the necessity of meditation during the times of crisis, especially in COVID-19. And at this time, people are really recommending that we are practicing meditation, that we are choosing to adopt a lifestyle that decreases the amount of stress, the amount of negativity that we are continuously being exposed to. And how prayer and spirituality protects emotional health. Research published by Everyday Health from the 7th of December 2015. It basically offers a bigger sense of purpose, provides social support, lifts the spirit, and helps you cope with difficulties. A September 2015 report published by Health Psychology found that when researchers followed 191 people with congestive heart failure for 5 years, they found that those who reported feeling spiritual peace and who also made. Yes. So now let us see the avatar himself, who directly demonstrates how meditation directly
Nithyananda
impacts.
participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President, COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President, COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that. Because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are verifiable. They are replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light it up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right there, right in the middle. probably an inch and a half, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that light right here? So what's interesting was I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any pleasurable feeling in your body, it is mediated through dopamine. It's a neuroreceptor. It's a chemical that transmits messages of pleasure. It basically evokes pleasure chemical. You eat the same thing with visual pleasures you have. Beautiful people, beautiful sceneries, nature, whatever gives you pleasure. It's mediated through dopamine. Everything that human being experiences involves dopamine. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of the states. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya Spiritual Healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda's neurological system can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena, Scientific Data.
If you are not allowed to do yoga, made to believe if you are not allowed to do yoga, made to believe early morning sleep is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused. Your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, and everyday puja, sit that 30-40 minutes and melt down by feeling connection. Understand? Nothing can be compared to prayer to bust your stress. I tell you, prayer is the best stress buster. Deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramashiva. intense yearning, Vyakulata, talking to Paramashiva, relating to Paramashiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, every day puja is an ultimate recharging experience. If you do every day puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole biological clock will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long. Not just long, happy. In my whole life, it is Nitya Puja, Puja, that gave me all the best things of life. Everyday puja, relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my best time of the day is when I sit with my deities. When I sit with my deities, dress up the deities, jewel them, spend time with them, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God landing in physical deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archavatara. The Archavatara is equivalent to living avatara. What living avatar can do to you, an Archavatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you is literally living Archavatara. Is a piece of God. Literally.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I
Welcome back, dear viewers. And in the next segment of today's program, we are going to share with you about the scientific evidence of how humans are affected by the planet. The planets affect the electromagnetic waves, and which is scientifically proven. The brain waves is also a form of the electromagnetic waves, and hence it is affected with the change in the position of the planet. And here we are actually going to see the radio waves and the brain waves are very similar, and the researchers have proven that the radio waves get affected with a change in the positions, with the planetary positions, and the same is going to be the case for the brain waves as well. Here you can see in March 1951, an American radio engineer, John Nelson, discovered that there was a degradation in the propagation of the radio waves with respect to different positions of planets and to different angles. Now, what has radio waves got to do with humans? Well, the radio waves, as we know, is a form of the electromagnetic waves. Now, every human brain emits electromagnetic waves, which are better known as the brain waves or EEG, the electroencephalogram waves. Now, both radio waves and brain waves are a form of electromagnetic waves, and hence the brain waves. However, the brain waves are a little weaker form of electromagnetic waves than radio waves, which is what makes it a little difficult for us to measure the brain waves, unlike the radio waves. The brain waves doesn't have any interference with the radio waves, which are stronger than the brain waves. So if a certain position of the planets in space can cause a disruption in the propagation of the radio waves, it can also affect the brain waves. And it is observed that the magnetic field of the Earth changes daily and seasonally. So the fluctuations in the geomagnetism has an effect on the brain, and the geomagnetism plays also, a lot of researches have been done to prove that the geomagnetism has an effect in the brain and also in the development of the human fetus, and it also has an effect on different organisms too. The revolving planets causes solar activity, and which causes the geomagnetism, and so the Earth's magnetic field, which changes regularly, affects the magnetic compounds in the cerebellum in similar ways during the brain development, resulting in similar personality traits for those developing at similar times and in similar locations on the Earth. According to Dr. Harold, who's a professor at the Ailes Medical School, he states that the complex magnetic field not only establishes the pattern of the human brain at birth, but it also regulates and controls it throughout our lives. A beautiful shloka for us to connect and pray to the Navagrahas. Adityaya cha somaya mangalaya budhaya cha guru shukra shanibhyascha rahuve ketave namaha. So this is a reference, and it is a prayer to all the 9 grahas as per the Vedic astrology, which the names, it's basically the names of the 9 planets, and it says that I bow down to all the 9 planets. It's a very simple shloka. The Puranic reference. Now we are going to see the various Puranic references, the stories and descriptions from various Puranas and Itihasas, where we read those Puranic references, we can see how the Navagrahas have had an effect in the lives of the people who are mentioned in the Puranas, whether it is in Ramayana or Mahabharata. In various places, the Vedic astrology is mentioned. Decisions are made based on the calculations in the Vedic astrology, and the sequence of events have happened as expected in many times as per the Vedic astrology. So we are going to be giving you some references of studies from the Vedic astrology now. And for those of you who are joining us live, I have a very important and a very interesting announcement as we move on to the next segment, which is on the 4th of December, we have the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse is considered an extremely auspicious time for any kind of a spiritual practice, for Diksha, for receiving the initiation from the Guru. So we are going to be having 4 special initiations and a live darshan of Swamiji during the next solar eclipse, which falls on the 4th of December. And the 4 initiations which are open to all, which is the Shivadiksha level 1 initiation, Shivadiksha level 2 initiation, the unclutching initiation, and the healers initiation. So we're going to be having all these 4 initiations happening right on the 4th of December, especially on the day when we are going to be having the solar eclipse. So it's a very auspicious time. And in the scriptures and the agamas, it is mentioned that any spiritual practice done during the solar eclipse time has a multitude of effect on us. The same practice, if you do on a normal day, has compared to the practice that you do on the day during the solar eclipse time practice has multifold, thousands of times more effect on your system. So the Supreme Pontiff is gracing us and blessing us with a live darshan and giving initiations to all of us. So do not miss attending to the live program on the 4th of December, and do share this information with your friends and family. And for more information, please do watch out our Facebook page, the official page of Supreme Pontiff HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam page on Facebook for more information and details about the December 4th, the solar eclipse event. So now we will be entering into the further segments where we are sharing with you about the various Puranic references of the impact of the Navagrahas in our life, so we can understand how the Navagrahas impact our day-to-day life. So here you can see the stories and descriptions about the Navagrahas as well as their impact are found throughout epics such as the Ramayana and Mahabharata and the Puranas, including the Brahmanda Purana, Matsya Purana. In various Puranas, the references are there. While Maharishi Valmiki has given a detailed description of the planetary positions at the time of Rama's birth, Maharishi Vyasa, who wrote the Mahabharata, has sketched out the astral landscape leading to the start of the great Mahabharata war. These details have now proved extremely useful as we seek to ascertain the possible dates for the key events of the Ramayana and Mahabharata. References to the planets and the deities associated with them are also mentioned in the ancient Greek and Roman literature and astrology. So Ramayana highlights the defeat of Ravana at the hands of Shani. Having brought the Navagrahas under his control, Ravana made them lie face down on the steps of his throne. Even Shani could not cast a spell on him as he was unable to face Ravana from his position. It was then that Narada came to Ravana and mockingly told him that the latter had no guts to face the Navagrahas, and that is why he had made them lie face down. His pride pricked. Ravana ordered the Navagrahas to lie on their backs. This enabled Shani to cast a spell on Ravana and set in motion the events that brought about his downfall, paving the way for the final battle with Lord Rama. See, we are going to be seeing how even in Mahabharata, the very time of the Mahabharata war was fixed with after consulting Sahadeva, who's from the opposite side of the the war troop. He is on the Pandava. He's one of the Pancha Pandavas. So the Dronacharya asked Duryodhana. This is the reference from Mahabharata. Dronacharya, who's the Acharya, the teacher of all the Pancha Pandavas and the Kauravas, he asked Duryodhana to contact Sahadeva, who was his twin brother of Nakula and the youngest of the Pandavas. He said Sahadeva was an astrologer and that he would be the right person to consult. Duryodhana was surprised. He asked Dronacharya how could he ask his enemy for an auspicious day for him to perform the Durga Puja to win the war. Dronacharya said that Sahadeva would never refuse it if Duryodhana approached him after Sahadeva's bath and morning puja. The teacher also told Duryodhana that Sahadeva spoke the truth always and that Duryodhana could trust everything that Sahadeva told. So the following morning, Duryodhana went to meet Sahadeva just after the latter has finished his puja. And Duryodhana told Sahadeva that although they are foes, he trusted Sahadeva. And he wanted to ask Sahadeva, what is the time for the war? So then Sahadeva, as Duryodhana approached him, Sahadeva very sincerely looked at the astrological calendar the following morning, and Duryodhana asked Sahadeva to consult the almanac and specify the right day to start the war in order to ensure victory for the Kauravas. Sahadeva readily looked into the Panchanga, made some calculations, and gave him the predictions to Duryodhana. He said that the following Amavasya, the new moon, which fell 2 days later, was an auspicious day to perform the Durga Puja and to commence the war, as that would guarantee Duryodhana's victory. Duryodhana was very pleased, and after thanking Sahadeva, he returned to his own army command center. So now Sahadeva has told them when to start the war so that the opposite side will win. Now, however, here we have Bhagavan Shri Krishna on the side of the Pancha Pandavas, so who are always following the dharma, attached to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And here, so now Bhagavan Shri Krishna comes into the scene to change the whole scene to ensure that the Pancha Pandavas, the dharma, always wins. So then what Bhagavan Shri Krishna does, he instructs the Pancha Pandavas to offer the Tarpana on the next day, which is not the Amavasya. Amavasya actually 2 days after that. It's 2 days from today. But Bhagavan Shri Krishna informs the Pancha Pandavas to do the Tarpanam on the next day. So when all the Pancha Pandavas along with Shri Krishna go to the nearby water body, and when they are performing the Tarpanam, sun and the moon got confused. Why are they doing Tarpanam today? It is not even Amavasya. Why they are doing? So the sun and the moon rush to Bhagavan Shri Krishna and says, oh Krishna, what is happening? Why is everyone offering Tarpanam today? Today is not Amavasya. Amavasya is tomorrow. Then Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, what is Amavasya? Right? So the Amavasya Kala. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna so beautifully explains whatever has to happen during Amavasya has already happened. So that's all. So the whole Vedic astrology, the Vedic calendar, the Vedic calculations, everything changes. And the war begins on the day, when 1 day before the Amavasya. So the Kauravas side lose and the Pancha Pandavas, the dharma is established and the Pancha Pandavas win the war. So these are some of the references from our Itihasas and Puranas. From our Itihasas and Puranas on how the Vedic astrology and the positions of the planets have impacted the various events that were unfolding for them. So these Navagrahas, we can move on to the. So a very quick introduction, we are now going to see a very quick introduction to who are the Navagrahas, the 9 deities. And in the Vedic tradition, the Navagraha worship is one of the most important worships. Each day is given to one of the deities, and always in the temple, if you go, people always you will see people doing 3 pradakshinas or 9 pradakshinas around the Navagrahas. And in all the major temples, we will be having the Dharma Mandir of the Navagrahas, which are there. The Sanctum Sanctorum specifically for the Navagrahas. So now let us take a look at who are the different Navagrahas. Surya, Chandra, Mangal, Buddha, Guru, Shukra, Shani, Rahu, and Ketu. Each graha works for our enlightenment. So here you can see the Navagrahas in the picture that is below. So the introduction, first is the Aditya, the sun, who promotes the strength, courage, health, prosperity, and relief from chronic diseases. The temple to worship is the Suryanar Koil. Next, we have the Chandra, the moon, is immensely beneficial for the mental peace and the charming personality, excellent control over emotions, and keeping our inner space in coolness. So we worship the moon, the Chandra. Here you see, typically in the planetary system, the moon is not considered a planet. Moon is considered a satellite of the planet Earth. But here in the Vedic astrology, the moon is also considered as one of the planets. So the temple to worship is the Kailasanatha temple and Tingalur temple. Next, we have the Angarakan, Mars, who is the protector of the Dharma. He controls the muscular system of the body and the circulatory system. Next, we have the Buddha, Mercury. The planet relieves from diseases related with the nervous system and the body functions, grants wisdom, commercial success, and growth. Next, we have Guru, Jupiter, the master of all the grahas. Next, we have the Shukra, the Venus. The Venus symbolizes love and passion. He is the giver of wealth, fortune, and luxurious living, if positioned well in one's horoscope. Next, we have the Shani. Which is he is very instrumental in reducing the intensity of the hardship caused by the adversities. Next, we have the Rahu. When Rahu is affected, one faces several miseries and obstacles in the way of success. Rahu is actually the demon, demon's head. So we face several obstacles towards our success. Next, we have Ketu, the representation of the karmic collection of both good and bad, spiritually and supernatural influence, spirituality and supernatural influences. That is Ketu. So these are the 9 planets. The moment, so now let's take a look at the Supreme Pontiff's deeper insights about the 9 planets, the Navagrahas. The moment the consciousness enters the body, the energy level of the cosmos at the time of the birth gets printed in that consciousness. Your inner space gets a print of the cosmic energy level and the position of the 9 major energy centers of the solar system. The astrological planets are not only astronomical, they are energies. The particular energy push and pull exists between them. The different energy positions clearly decide the cosmic energy level during the time of the birth. Based on that, Jyotisha will be able to predict the course of life. Understand, not exact incidents, because you have the freedom. You have the freedom to decide whether to sit or stand, read this or not. But the general course of your life can be decided by just looking at your horoscope, which is the planetary positions at the time of your birth. Astrology manifested in the inner vision of the ancient rishis and sages of India. These yogis and enlightened beings were able to see beyond the realms of names and forms. They could feel and express the subtle reality that exists behind the cosmic phenomena. As such, they perceived the primal powers of cosmic intelligence in the planets and stars and worshipped the cosmic powers within themselves. The microcosm has the powers of each being. By concentrating intensely on the sun and other planets, they understood the movements of life force in their body. And by meditating on the life force, they also came to understand the movement of the sun and the planets in the heavens. Through this technique called Samyama, they could unravel the secrets of the universe. They brought down their understanding into a system of Vedic science, which became Jyotisha, the science of light. The major course of life, if you will get enlightened or not, can be predicted. For example, if you will get enlightened or not, principles can be predicted, not policies. Having an idea about your horoscope will give you intelligence and acceptance in your life. Intelligence to take the decisions and acceptance to bear the inevitable things. According to me, a seeker should have a basic knowledge about his horoscope. These are the words of the Supreme Pontiff for us to understand and have a basic introduction to Vedic astrology. The Navagrahas are also known to have an impact on the different parts of our bodies and their smooth functioning. For instance, the Surya provides longevity and good health. Chandra has an impact on the digestive system, fertility, and mental health. Mangala affects muscular strength. Buddha causes respiratory and skin issues. Guru impacts our metabolism, liver, pancreas. Shukra, the reproductive organs, while Shani is associated with nerve-related issues. Rahu and Ketu with fears and phobias. The basic misinterpretation of the grahas, which all human beings have, is some grahas does good thing to them, some don't. For example, people are afraid of the, we call it the 7.5 years of Shani transition and the Ragu effect. Some believe that Shukra will do good for life, bring wealth, etc. Swamiji has said the basis on which all the grahas function is to lead the human being to the experience of Paramashivoham. If a person is suffering from a pattern long enough, then the grahas intervene and give life solution where he is forced to break the pattern and move towards Paramashivoham, Sadashivoham. Swamiji said, Shani, Rahu, Ketu makes one accountable for the smooth flow of the law of the cosmos. Shukra will shower you but will rule you through fear. Buddha will intensify the effect of the graha in which he joins. So each graha does their own job. That's why when we listen to our Guru, none of the grahas will have an effect because he is taking us to Sadashivoham in a sweet way. As long as we are integrated to the Guru, the grahas will not have any effect. Swamiji shared, if we are stuck in a pattern for a long time, unable to break it because of the non-listening space, then that is the time that the grahas handle us. Now, let's watch this quick clip by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares about the spiritual alchemy products. And one of the spiritual alchemy products made by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the benefit of the humanity is the Navagraha Mandala. And here the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explains about what is the Navagraha Mandala and the benefits of having a Navagraha Mandala, a spiritual alchemy product with us.
And in the mantra, 3 shapes they are installed, and each one of them are installed in one garbha. Their life is installed in one garbha. So 9 garbhas are on the plate. Then this represents 11 dimension. This 3-layer length, breadth, depth dimension. Inside 9 garbhas are kept representing 9 more dimension. The 11th space cannot be given in matter. It will be given to you as an initiation. So understand, this represents 9 Navagrahas and 11 dimensions. Sadashiva talks about it in Kamikagama, and Shastra Pramana we have, and Apta Pramana also we have. Tirumular, a great saint, he talks about it. Because in this the Trikala means the line form, visual form and mantra form. All 3 are there. It can be considered as deity and you can even do puja to it. In mandala, the visual form will never be there usually. But in the Navagraha mandala, it is written, the visual form has to be there. Because the visual form is there,
Now it is equivalent to a deity also. Not only a spiritual alchemy product, deity also. But you don't need to, there's no compulsion of maintenance. But if you want, you can worship. It is equivalent to an energy of a deity. It will nullify all the evil effects of grahas on you, and it will keep you very pleasant and complete with grahas. So naturally, they will not behave with you like a sadist. They will inform you, support you, and evolve you. See, I tell you, all the 9 grahas have been given a command by Sadashiva. Making every being experience Sadashivatva is their responsibility. Either by giving you right experience or wrong experience, they educate you to manifest Sadashivatva. Now, they will make it more easy for you. That's all. There will not be root shocks, surprises, collapsing, waste of time, all that. So it will keep you in the space of completion with grahas.
Suddenly, maybe the reasons known only to him, he decided to teach the whole science of Navagrahas, showing directly the grahas to me. And he just did something like this. I do not know whether he took me to the space of Kailasa or he brought the grahas to Arunachala, where I was sitting with him. I was sitting with him in the temple, in Arunachaleshwara temple. Whether he brought them here or he took me there, I do not know. But suddenly I saw like a chess coins, all the Navagrahas, alive, living, moving. And I immediately bowed down to them. The moment I realized they are alive, I immediately bowed down to them. Then he started talking about every graha and explaining who holds what energy and who does what responsibility, and the whole science he transmitted into me, the whole knowledge of Jyotisha. As I said, the words he uttered and the quantity and quality of the information transmitted was unimaginable. He also taught me an important sacred secret. If you can bring a powerful cognition in you and do dharana, dhyana, samadhi on that powerful cognition and be humble to the grahas. Understand? Humbleness pleases the grahas. Humbleness makes the grahas happy with you. Now let me come back to the story. He showed all the grahas and taught me the whole thing. Then after everything was done, he just moved the hand. I don't know whether he brought me back to this planet Earth or he sent the grahas back to their place. Everything was normal. And it was too much, I tell you. I was in awe. Anyhow, the whole knowledge transmission was done. Then I asked him, Swamiji, did you take me there and showed the planets, or did you bring the planets and showed me here? He laughed and said, hey, I brought them here. See, I saw 9 stones on the floor. He was laughing. He was trying to tell me that, hey, through these stones only I taught you. I brought them here. I said, then what was happening there? If the grahas are not there, what would have happened to the world, planet Earth? If somebody looks up, if the sun is not there, what will happen? He laughed and said, I froze the time. Nobody was allowed to look up. Please understand. I am telling as it happened. That's why I told him, please, you reveal, you utter the right words. I wanted the whole thing to be integrated. In integrity, with integrity. Let complete integrity be maintained with Paramashiva. He laughed and said, I froze the time so nobody can look up. Till the whole thing was happening, it was too much. I asked him, can I take these 9 stones? I wanted to keep them in my puja. He laughed and said, why just these stones? I'll install them. I'll put them in a land which will be later on can be beautiful temple. He just blinked his eyes. Both of us were sitting in a place where now the banyan tree is planted in Tiruvannamalai Adinam. That is precise spot. That was the spot. He put all the 9 stones and we both were suddenly sitting there. We just disappeared from the temple and appeared here. And he pushed all the 9 stones on the ground and said, this place will radiate the powers of Navagrahas. Later on, you will understand why I did this here. Of course, maybe after decades, many years, we got that property. Now the ashram is there. When I went back, I know that is the property. That is the reason I put Navagraha Vanas there. Nakshatra Vana in that area for all the grahas and nakshatras to be present and bless everyone. Whoever goes and sits and meditates on Arunagiri Yogeshwara there, with the powerful cognition of Paramashivoham, Arunachala will bless. Arunagiri Yogeshwara will bless. Paramashiva will bless and liberate all of them from all the malefic effects of planets. Go and sit in that Navagrahavana, Nakshatravana, and meditate on the powerful cognition. Do samyama on the powerful cognition. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. You are Paramashiva. Chanting Mahavakya. Do samyama. And be humble to Navagrahas. Be humble to Navagrahas. You will be blessed, liberated. No malefic effects will touch you. You will be free from all malefic effects and you will be only blessed and supported, and blessings will be showered on you. Once my guru was trying to teach me the Surya Siddhanta, means how the Panchanga can be predicted and penned down. He was trying to show how the sun is center and earth moves around the sun and moon is around the earth, and the whole structure, including the sun, moon, the whole thing is also moving. He described in an elaborate way. And then he took a chalk piece, just drew some numbers on various parts of my body. The numbers belong to each graha, is directly connected to our internal organs. Each graha influences one of our internal organ heavily. And he drew that numbers on my body, and he drew that same numbers on external, on the floor, explaining how when those grahas change, when those stars move, regular cosmic happenings like Amavasya, Purnima, how those things should be predicted are calculated. That is more like a calculation. It's not even prediction. But its influence on the humanity need to be predicted. Its influence on the individual's lives need to be predicted. My gurus were trying to map this whole science and explain this to me. I think almost the core fundamental structure of Jyotisha and Surya Siddhanta I am trying to explain. Chandaha padautu vedasya hastau kalpoda patyate Jyotishaamayanam chakshur niruktam shrotramuchyate sikshakranam tu vedasya mukam vyakaranam smrutam. This is a very traditional verse. In any Gurukul they will chant this and make you repeat. It's a description. 6 angas of the Vedas in Veda Purusha's body. Jyotisham ayanam chakshu, meaning Jyotish Sastra is considered as eyes of the Veda Purusha. From this we understand that the Vedic astrology is as old as Vedas, or in other words, does not have beginning, anadi. This Shastra is also called Hora Shastra. Hora is an abbreviation of Ahoratram, meaning day and night. It means it is the systematic study of time and its components and parameters and its influence on physical, chemical, biological existence of what we know as life. Listen. One very funny incident happened when he was teaching me. I was so intensely immersed in his teachings. He was showing me, hey, this is Surya. This influences your brain thinking system. This is Rahu. He influences your liver. The actions liver performs physically, its influence on your thinking system, everything. If you map it to the description of Rahu, it will absolutely match. Guru, Brihaspati, is the decision-making mechanism which influences your will persistence, Agnya Chakra. Pituitary glands and its impact on your existence is directly Guru. He was explaining step by step how each of these grahas and their numbers and how they influence your lifestyle, patterns, everything. I'll repeat exact one line. He was touching that Rahu description of how he was describing Rahu and touched my body, infused that Rahu energy in my liver. I could see immediately so much happening inside me. I just vomited, literally, physically. Felt so fresh, alive, relieved. Of course, after cleaning all that place, everything, my Guru has explained. Eera nerpatta Ayul Neelundambi. In Tamil he said, if the liver is straightened out, life will increase. It is directly Rahu. Rahu is responsible for your longevity. Rahu can influence and put you in addictions and kill you, or he can keep you addiction free, or addicted to right habits and food and keep you happy, healthy for any long. This whole thing is related to your liver. If the liver decides to addict you for certain food, nothing can be done. Just by remembering that food, you will be forced, your whole system will be pushed to eat it. After eating, you will repent, but you will not stop eating. He said, integrity of the liver to the purpose of your existence makes you long, happy, healthily living. Because liver sends the signals about hunger and what kind of food you like, the taste, everything. The memories of the food and its taste flashing in your system and you being influenced to eat that same kind of food, timing, rhythm, everything is liver. Whether it is alcohol addiction, which is the worst. The best addiction is addicted to fasting. Let me explain my Guru Raghupati Yogi's words. Eera nerpada means if the liver is integrated, it creates right desires, which keeps you healthy, which continuously detoxes you, which creates taste for healthy things. I tell you, my addiction to fasting has brought not just health, 24/7 active, alive, intense living with multi-dimensional work.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of
Once
Paramashiva,
my guru was
being
trying to
of
teach me
Paramashiva.
the Surya Siddhanta, means how the Panchanga can be predicted and penned down.
Whole world should become Kailasian.
I want the whole
trying
world to know
how
Hindus
the
have something great
sun
to contribute to the world.
is center and earth moves around the sun
We have
and
something great
moon
to contribute to the
is
world.
around the earth.
Let us do
And
that.
the whole structure, including the sun, moon, the whole thing is also moving. Kailasa is
Describe
proper customized
in an
spiritual
elaborate
service,
helping you to identify your root
and then he took a
patterns of
Start.
suffering. We have perfected the
just
science
do some numbers on
of
various
helping
parts of my
every
body.
individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background.
The numbers belong to each graha. Is directly connected to our internal organs.
You will have lowest reactionary
Graha
assumptions,
influences one of our
highest
internal organ heavily.
awakened response,
And he drew that
alive
number-
response
numbers
for
on
life
my body,
continuously.
and he drew that same numbers on external on the floor,
Kailasa is enlightenment
explaining
ecosystem, literally enlightenment
how
itself
when those
in
grahas
your own
change,
home, wherever you
when
are,
those stars move,
proper
regular cosmic
customized
happenings
spiritual service
like
helping
Amavasya,
you to compete
Purnima,
with your life negativity,
how those things should be
withdrawal from
predicted,
life, self-hatred, self-denial,
Are
self-doubt, so much
calculated. That's more like a
tiredness,
calculation. It's not even
we
prediction.
can support you,
But
aligning your diet,
Its
your
influence
attitude, your aptitude,
on the
your understanding
humanity
about life
need to be
we can
predicted.
help you with everything.
Its influence on the individual's life need to be predicted. My Guru sir, if you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you, and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are. Because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. Once my guru was trying to teach me the Surya Siddhanta, means so this how absolutely perfected knowledge available Panchanga
to you,
can
serve to
be
you
predicted and
in
penned down.
your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost.
He was trying to show how the sun is center and earth moves around the sun.
What I
and
mean by the
moon
word
is
Kailasa,
around the earth,
listen intensely.
and
the whole
enlightenment
structure,
ecosystem,
including the
literally
sun,
enlightenment
moon, the whole
itself,
thing is also moving.
in your own home, wherever you
It
are.
described
If you cannot
in an
come to
elaborate
Kailasa, it's
way.
okay. Kailasa can come to you.
And then he took a
Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa.
just drew some numbers on various parts of my body. The numbers belong to each graha. Is directly connected to our internal organs. Each graha influences one of our internal organ heavily. And he drew that numbers on my body, and he drew that same numbers on external, on the floor, explaining how when those grahas change and setting model, when those stars move, regular cosmic happenings like Amavasya, Purnima, how those things should be predicted or calculated. That is more like a calculation, it's not even prediction. But its influence on the humanity need to be predicted.
And possibilities
Its influence on the individual's life need to be predicted. My gurus were trying to map this whole science and explain this to me. I think almost the core fundamental structure of Jyotisha and Surya Siddhanta I am trying to explain. Chandaha padautu vedasya stau kalpurayate jyotishaamayanam chakshurniruttam shrotramuchyate sikshakranam tu vedasya mukam vyakaranam smrutam. This is a very traditional verse.
get involved.
In any Gurukul they will chant this and make you repeat.
Hinduism.
It's a description.
The principle of Dharma.
6 angas of the Vedas
When you protect Dharma,
in Veda
Dharma
Purusha's body. Jyotisham ayanam chakshu, meaning the Jyotish Sastra is considered as eyes of the Veda Purusha. From this we understand that the Vedic astrology is as old as Vedas, or in other words, does not have beginning, anadi.
Alive for next 3
This Shastra is also called
within next
Hora
3 years.
Shastra. Hora is an abbreviation of Horat,
Just don't die
meaning
within next
day
3 years.
and night. It means
Be alive.
the
Somehow be
systematic
alive.
study of time
I'm
and its
working
components
sincerely.
and
reach
parameters
you
and
somehow.
its influence
Somehow
on
I will reach you.
physical, chemical, biological
It's my commitment to humanity.
existence of what we know as life. Listen. One very funny incident.
Just don't die within
when you
next
were
3 years.
teaching me.
I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment.
Intensely
You
immersed
manifesting
in his
the
teaching.
space, state, powers, being.
He was showing me
Paramashivoham.
this is Surya.
It's possible.
This influences
And
your brain.
it's possible for you.
Tongue. This is Rahu. He influences your liver. The actions
Paramashivoham will
liver
reach you
performs
with enlightenment science.
physically,
I know he is going to do the job.
its influence on your thinking.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
Everything. If you map it to the description of Rahu,
to build
it will
beautiful relationships
absolutely
in your
match.
life. We get you direct
Guru,
spiritual support,
Brihaspati,
and we make
the
sure
decision
you
making
become
mechanism
wealthy.
which influences
We won't
your
stop giving
will
you
power,
just good life.
Ajna Chakra,
We will literally not stop till
pituitary
you
glands,
enlighten life.
and its
Manifesting the
impact
state of Paramashiva, space
on
of
your
Paramashiva,
existence
powers
is
of
directly
Paramashiva,
Guru.
being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify
what are the various offerings that we have that we can offer to Devi Parashakti? And how do we connect with the Devi Parashakti? What does Devi Parashakti stand for? We can move on to the offerings. Yes. And for those of you who are watching us, yes. The offerings to Devi Parashakti. So the first offering that we have is the offering of the e-hundi. E-hundi is in any amount that you want to offer, out of your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti, you can offer via the e-hundi. So the reference in the Lalita Sahasranama, it says Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Gamya, Bhakti Vashya, Vayapaha, Shambhavi, Sharada Aradhya, Shalpani, Sharmadayini. Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion. She removes all the fears. So just connect to Devi out of your deep devotion, love, and gratitude to Devi Parashakti. And whatever you feel like making, if you feel like making a contribution, you can offer the e-hundi offering. And the way you make the offering is visit www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. The next offering, we can move on to the next slide. The next offering that we have to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Sankalpa. Now, Sankalpa means a conscious resolution. So the Sankalpa offering is only $1. It is basically to enable every one of us, everyone watching this live stream and attending this program and wanting to receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti, every one of us can offer the Sankalpa. So basically, Sankalpa offering is like you go ahead and your names are chanted when the puja offering is done to Devi Parashakti. We do the Sankalpa. Typically, it starts with, Mamopata, Samasta, Duradakshaya, Dwara. So we typically do the Sankalpa. We take a conscious resolution. What is the benefit that I would request by offering this puja? And what are the benefits that we will get? And in that, we chant the names of all the people who would like to request the blessings of Devi Parashakti. So in that Sankalpa offering, so we go ahead and make the Sankalpa. So you can, it is only minimum $1. You can put whatever amount, at least $1 per person you can put, and you can make the Sankalpa offering. And it is only, we have kept it as minimal so that every one of us are able to participate. Every time we have a darshan, do not miss putting the Sankalpa offering. And it could be, let's say, 4 members of your family, you can just pay $4 or more. Or if there are 10 members in your family, just put $10 or more. Ensure that your names are being chanted by filling the Sankalpa form. So if you go to www.kailasamailer.com/sevas, you scroll down, you will see Devi Parashakti BHAVASAMADHI Darshan. In that, you will see 3 links. The first link is for those of you who have an intention. You want to make an offering, but you are unable to directly go ahead and register. You put an intention to receive the blessings for your intention. I'll explain more on that as we go. The second link is the payment link. So you can directly click on that, choose the Sankalpa offering and go ahead and make the payment for however number of people. Just increase the quantity to the number of people. So let's say Sankalpa offering is $1 and you want to offer it for 4 people, you increase the quantity to 4. Then go ahead and add to cart and you make the payment. Step 3 is where you fill the step 3 is to tell us that you have made the payment, you have made the offering, you enter the payment details, and you enter the names of the family members whom you want to benefit, to receive the benefit of the Sankalpa mantra. So the website that you go ahead and make the offering is www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And the next offering that we have to Devi Parashakti is the Devi Sahasra Nama Swarna Kasu, the gold coin, the blessings to manifest and awaken the multiple divine feminine conscious attributes and powers. So go ahead and you can receive the blessings to manifest and awaken the multiple divine feminine consciousness, the various attributes of Devi Parashakti. In the Sahasra Nama, in the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti, we chant her different names and her different Ananta Kalyana Gunas, her imperishable qualities. We chant. So you, by offering the gold coin with one of the attributes of Devi Parashakti inscribed in it, you connect with her and you start manifesting her attributes in it. The next offering that we have for Devi Parashakti . So the next offering we have for Devi Parashakti, we have various offerings, and many of the offerings, if you see, they are all in gold, because gold is considered a divine element. So many of these offerings, whether it is a gold coin or a gold hairline jewelry or a Swarna metti, the golden toe ring, everything is made of gold, because gold is considered a very sacred and a divine element. It does not have any dosha. Means if one person wears a gold jewelry, you can actually take it and that it can be owned by another person without any dosha. So the next offering that we have, we can just go back to the previous slide, is the offering of the Mukta Anguti and the finger ring with a pearl, the Mukta Anguti. And here beautifully, the reference is from the Divya Suktam. It says, let the goddess who brings good fortune, who's praised by the gods, who's served by the Devendra, who's praised by the Devas, and who's praised by the Devas who are troubled by the Asuras, who's praised and remembered as devotion to her solves all, who is the essence of the good in the world, let that goddess destroy all obstacles. So you pray to Devi Parashakti to remove all the obstacles on your path and blessings for protection from all the dangers and fears. So you pray to Devi Parashakti, you offer a Mukta Anguti out of your deep love and compassion, pray to her to remove all your obstacles and fears. The next offering that we have is the offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus. And here actually you can see a beautiful reference, shloka, the pramana. It says, Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi, Bhakti Mukti Pradayini, Mantra Mule Mantra Murte Mahadevi, Mahalakshmi Namostute. Devi, who bestows enlightenment and intellect, who showers the worldly prosperity. Devi, who powers the subtle mantra, of the cosmos. I bow to you, O Devi Mahalakshmi. So here it is a blessing for attracting positive relationships in personal and business dimensions. So in any aspect of your life, if you would like good relationships, you would like to have a very good, beautiful, cordial relationships, then you can offer the golden lotus, the Swarna Padma Pushpa. And if you can move to the next slide, the Swarna Pushpa, the lotus is actually considered a divine flower. Lotus is mentioned in many of the Vedic rituals. You always use the lotus flower, and many of the deities, if you see the base, the pitam, it will be called as a Padma pitam, the lotus flowered seat. And many deities will actually be sitting on lotuses. So lotus is considered an extremely divine flower. The next offering that we have is that of the Swarna Metti, the golden touring. Here we have a beautiful reference from Saundarya Lahari. It says, Lord Brahma, the creator of your, selects a dust from your feet and creates this whole world. The great Adisesha with the 1,000 heads somehow carries the dust of your feet with a great effort, and the great Rudra takes it and powders it nicely and applies it, uses it as his body ash. So just the dust of your feet has so much of power. O Devi Parashakti. To that divine feet, let me offer a golden toe ring. So Mukta Anguti is a golden toe ring. It's $750 US. The next offering, here you can see the blessings, the Swarna Miti, the golden toe ring. You can offer for blessings for a life of leadership qualities by offering worship to the divine lotus feet of Devi Parashakti, achieved by even worshipping any grain, just a tiny grain of dust from her feet. And Mitti is a golden toe ring to worship for adorning the Devi Parashakti's feet. So you offer the Swarna Mitti. The next offering we have is that of the Swarna Mantika, the golden hairline jewelry. Beautifully in the Lalita Sahasranama, it says, Sudha Sara Bhivarshini, she who makes the nectar flow from the Sahasrara Chakra through the whole body to the Agnya Chakra, and from the Agnya Chakra through the 72,000 nadis, the energy, subtle energy centers in a human body. So you offer the Swarna Mantika, the golden hairline jewelry, to receive blessings for an enlightened lifestyle. And offer the Swarna Mantika, the golden hairline jewelry. Now, the next and the most interesting offering and the most favorite offering for all the disciples of the Supreme Pontiff is the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the offering of gratitude at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Swamiji. Here we have a beautiful verse from Guru Ashtakam, which says, Yasho me gatam dikshu dana pratapa jagat vastu sarvam kare yat prasadat manaschena latnam guru rangrifatme tatakim 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 tatakim. Yasho me gatam dikshu dana pratapa jagat vastu sarvam kare yat prasadat Manaschena Latnam Gurorangripadme Tatakim 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 Tatakim. A beautiful verse that says, my repute has traveled in all directions through any philanthropy and prowess. All the things of this world are in my hands, and the rewards as the rewards of my virtues. Yet if one's mind is not centered upon the lotus feet of the Guru, what then, what then, what then? Beautifully it says, you may have everything in the world, the best name and fame and the best wealth and the best family, best career, but if your mind is not fixed to the lotus feet of the Guru, what is the use? What is the use? What is the use? So beautiful words from Guru Ashtakam by Adi Shankaracharya. And when your mind is fixed on the lotus feet of the Guru, you are just in ecstasy, remembering the sacred feet, the divine lotus feet of the Guru. Actually, in the picture, you can actually see the divine lotus feet of Swamiji. Just having a darshan and looking at Swamiji's divine feet, you just feel so much of joy, so much of gratitude for what Swamiji has done to our lives. You don't know where to start. We can't even imagine. Many of us can't even relate to how our life would have been, how our life was before Swamiji, or how our life would have been if we had not met Swamiji. It's just impossible. Can't even think about that. But Swamiji has changed and transformed our life so much. And just out of gratitude, offering the worship to Devi Paramashivoham, offering the worship of the divine lotus feet to our beloved Swamiji. And on the 28th of December, dear viewers, please note down 28th of December, just around a month from now, we have Swamiji's birthday, the Jayanti celebrations coming up. And on the day when Swamiji landed on the planet Earth, assumed a human body, when Paramashiva, the superconsciousness, entered into the human body in the sacred town of Arunachala as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, that is the day when entire humanity celebrates. We need to celebrate because an avatar has landed. We have hope. We have a great future because an avatar has come to bring a superconscious breakthrough to the world. And all we need to do is celebrate our life, enjoy our life with the avatar. So on the 20th of December, on Swamiji's Avatara Dinotsava, see, in 1978, on Swamiji's, during the Vedic month of Margari, in the nakshatra of Chitra, the superconsciousness, on this very star constellation, on this very setup of the planets, in this very same astronomical setup of the planets, superconsciousness assumed the human body, out of its deep compassion for humanity. So that very star constellation setup is happening again on the 28th of December. We are celebrating it as per the Vedic calendar. So it comes in the Margari month, Chitra Nakshatra. On the 28th of December, we'll be celebrating the Avatara Dinotsava festivities this year. And you can all join us, offer the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, offer your gratitude at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Swamiji. Never miss offering the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. And if you are the Pratyaksha Pada Puja offering, is $1,008. So you can go to kailasamailer.com/sevas and you can go ahead and make the Pratyaksha Pada Puja offering. It's very, very, very sacred offering made out of your deep gratitude to Devi, to our Guru. And the Pratyaksha Pada Puja offering also comes as a Vastra Seva. So you can offer the cloth offering. So the ritual will be the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. In the Pratyaksha Pada Puja offering, you can offer it as a Vastra Seva. So the cost is, the offering amount is the same, but it will be like you are offering a cloth to Swamiji. So it's an offering of the cloth to our beloved Swamiji. It is called a Vastram. Vastram in Sanskrit means cloth. So offering of the Vastra, the clothes to the Guru, the dimension of the Cosmic Mother, offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja bestows us with the sweetest path to enlightenment with complete protection. So you can offer the Vastra Seva to our beloved Swamiji, especially on Swamiji's Avatara Dinotsava on the 28th of December this year. You can offer the Vastra Seva. So here you see the various list of offerings that we shared with you today. Ihundi, Sankalpa, the gold coin offering, the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring, and Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus, the Swarna Meti, the Mangtika, and the Swarna Mangtika, and the Pratyaksha Pada Puja and the Vastra Seva offerings. All these offerings can be made by visiting kailasamailer.com/sevas. So go to kailasamailer.com/sevas to go ahead and make these offerings. So if you go to kailasamailer.com and if you actually scroll down that page, you will see Devi Parashakti BHAVASAMADHI Darshan, and below that you will see 3 steps. Step 1 is what we call as a registration. So if any of you want to offer the sevas, but you do not have the means to offer it today, or you are not able to do it for whatever reason, but you really want to do it, you don't want to miss that opportunity to do Pratyaksha Pada Puja to Swamiji, you can fill the registration form. the first form where you fill in your intention to offer these sevas. Then one of the volunteers will connect with you and will guide you step by step. Even if you want to manifest, let's say you want to offer Pada Puja and you have only $500 at this moment, you don't know how to manifest the other $500. I'm just giving an example. Then one of us will connect with you and will help you manifest. Swamiji has taught us the science of conscious manifestation, and we can manifest the reality we want. So we will guide you step by step into that process. And the next step that we have is, is what we call as the registration. So you can go ahead, if you go to kailasamailer.com/sevas, and the second step, you choose a specific offering and you go ahead and you add to cart and you enter the details. You enter the details in the form, the online form that you have. And so we'll be sending you the details for making, how to go ahead and make the offering. The third step that you have is after actually you make the payment, after actually you make the offering, then the third step is the step where you go ahead and fill the form, where you enter, you say that, okay, I've already made the offering, and now I want the names of here is my offering details, like your payment details, and you will say that these are the names of the family members who you want to be benefited from this offering. So that is what you will add in the end. And you will fill the third form. So the third form is only after the payment. The step 3 is only after the payment, where you will give the names of your family members so we can chant in the puja. Okay, so the website is www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And I again wanted to invite each and every one of you for Swamiji's birth star celebrations, the Avatara Dinotsava celebrations on the 28th is the 10th day. So we celebrate it as a 10-day festival, and the 28th is the 10th day of the we celebrate it as a 21-day festival, and the 28th December is the main Avatara Dinotsava day. We celebrate it as a 21-day Brahmotsavam, 10 days before and 11 days after. And on the 10th day is the exact day when Swamiji assumed the human body. Paramashiva consciousness assumed the human body as our beloved Swamiji. And before we conclude, just wanted to remind you, on the 4th of December, we have the solar eclipse, and we have 4 very special initiations, live initiations by the Supreme Pontiff. The first initiation is the initiation of Shiva Diksha level 1, also called as Samaya Diksha. The second is the Shiva Diksha level 2, we call it as Vishesha Diksha. The third initiation is the initiation of unclutching initiation, and the fourth is the healer's initiation, where you can get initiated to be a spiritual healer. So do not miss. Join us live on the 4th of December, and please do check HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam page on Facebook for more information about the solar eclipse event on the 4th of December. And with that, we'll be concluding. Hope all of you in the North America and especially in the US are celebrating your Thanksgiving celebrations, and do stay tuned and join us for our upcoming events and programs. With that, we'll be concluding with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you, and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasian.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you, and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space state, powers, being, Paramashivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you, and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you, and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years.